Greetings everyone and welcome back to Satisfactory. So last time we completed tier 0, which means we can now still start to build a proper base. You know, with actual floors and stuff. And we are now also able to unlock more fun stuff and start researching all the things we find, analyzing them, and maybe do a little bit more exploring. So yeah, let's start. Yes. Give me more resources, but okay. You need to go. Yes, I will just, set you free. Come on. Scram. That's right. Go somewhere else. Okay. We're kinda getting there with the resources. We almost have like all the concrete. We do have all the metal plates. I just need more metal rods. I mean, if I could put a splitter in here, that would be more efficient. Since, well, stuff is kind of piling up. This thing cannot process as far as this thing can mine. Maybe it would make sense to unlock the splitters before base building. Though logistics also takes a lot of resources. So yeah, let's go with base building first. I do want to build a base. That's pretty much, you know, what I love most to do. How are we doing on power? Okay. Biomass definitely is a lot more efficient. But that is also eventually gonna run out, so I might as well grab some more stuff. The thing is, I don't like to, like, you know, destroy the entire environment. Which is why I kind of tend to, like, leave a lot of plants. So, yeah. That way you still kind of have, like, a nice looking environment. But I just don't want to make things look ugly. Because, you know, I'm living here. I want to have a nice view. Oh, I guess also, you know, you kind of have to respect the environment and stuff. Who cares? But yeah, stuff like those, like dead trees. Once I get a chainsaw, those definitely, like, those can go. Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely getting lots of metal plates. I mean, I'm gonna need them for, like, base building, so... And that is also enough iron rods now. Okay, here we go. Ooh, a big red button. Don't mind if I hit that one.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely more important than anything else. But okay, yeah, the pot is on its way. In the meantime, I need to select the next milestone, and yeah, I definitely want, like, logistic stuff. And maybe I should just build... where is it? Another constructor. Yeah, this one can just take care of all the wires. But yeah, since this thing is still, like, busy with creating some iron rods, I might as well have another thing that makes all the wires that I'm gonna need. Okay, and while everything is producing... Yeah, foundation. Yeah, those mostly take concrete and metal and iron plates. So I'm gonna need a lot of both. Question is... how do I want to lay out the foundation? Okay, I definitely want to build, like, around this thing. So you do have, like, a nice garden in the middle. Okay, let's start by doing this. Yeah, this is gonna be like a nice garden in the middle, and... somewhere over here I think I might just have, like, all the facilities and factories. Could, like, remove all of this and construct it on top of here again. But I think I'm gonna wait until I get, like, the splitters and stuff, so I can, like, properly set this up. Okay, so you do have, like, a square, like, thing in the middle here. this is fine. I'm gonna cut down those cacti later, though. Also, since I'm building over here, I might as well remove all of this stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some space. So, let's make some. Okay, so we do have the iron source over there. I could just have it go over here and have the factories here. But that might get cramped. So maybe I will just like have all the iron go over there for a little bit, where it gets processed. And then it's gonna get moved over here. Like here where I feel like this might be like the center of everything. And yeah, we do have like the copper source over there. So I might need some facilities here too. And I should have everything for the next unlock. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm making progress.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean.
Well, already
Breathe
there.
in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
So nice to know that I have so many people to disappoint. Oh, so maybe I should have built this higher, because this rock is gonna be on the way. Or maybe I just build over it. Like just a little bit higher than this. Landscape. So inconsiderate of my building needs. Okay, I'm gonna deconstruct all of this. Since I'm gonna rearrange like the whole iron production stuff. Okay, let's expand over here. So I should probably like make a lot of space, like building space over here. And yeah, have some more like iron miners. And then set up a couple of smelters. Oh, so what are you doing there? Are you admiring my work? Buzz off. Okay, that is the complete other direction of where I wanted you to go, but no. As long as you don't bother me. Ooh, there's something up here. Can I make the jump? Nope. Nope, I can't. But I can definitely make it up there. Oh, and the pod is back. Excellent. Okay, if I make it this tall, and then have it... yeah, there we go. Perfect. And now for easier access. There we go. And this time, I build it in a way so it actually moves me up. Much easier this way. So, are there any nasty surprises? Okay, nope. Just a blue purse luck waiting for me. Let's grab it. Okay, excellent. Let's not fall down, though. Okay, okay. Ouch. Yeah, I kind of fell down. But no issue. I can take a little bit of damage. Never hurt anyone. Okay, let's do some math. This is a miner, which does 60 iron ore per minute. I think a smelter can process 30, so this thing can supply 2 of these. So let's just have 2 of them together. Let's leave some space in the middle. And this will go over here. Okay, yeah. Stuff comes in here. And it gets equally divided to those 2. Yep, there we go. I'm probably gonna have to redo some stuff of that later, because you can get like walls with like conveyor belt holes. And it kind of looks nicer if you set it up with that. Maybe I should just rearrange the smelters. Yeah, something like that. This way I have a little bit of room to, like, you know, walk around. And now the splitter is right here in the middle. This goes directly in here. Yeah, and this goes over here. Yeah, this looks neat and tidy. I'm happy with that. And yeah, we're gonna have like a wall with like a conveyor belt hole later on. But for now, this should do. Over here I'm gonna have like all the production facilities. And let's make a nice little space for them. And yeah, let's build one over here. So iron plates. This one takes 20 per minute. No, this takes 30 iron ingots per minute. And creates 20 iron plates. Yeah, okay. So one of these smelters can supply this thing on its own. And then I can just build another one next to it. And that should be good. Okay, but I will need a lot more construction resources. Unfortunately, base building is kinda expensive. But I have big ideas. Here you go. Always feed your generators. They're gonna live long and happy lives. Field research. Oh, I should definitely also unlock this. Yeah, I do need the MAM. I remember that one. Because that is where you do a lot of research stuff. And I do like research. I work in research after all. The thing is, once I start like doing fancy stuff, like reinforced plates, that will require me to build like constructors that feed into other constructors. And setups like that might need some space. Okay, maybe for those two I'm just gonna keep things simple. Constructor. And another one right next to it. Yeah, they're not gonna bother each other. And every one of you gets a nice input like this. And both of you just produce iron plates. Yeah, simple as that. Ooh, look at that. Northern Lights. On this planet, during this time of the year, localized entirely in this area. It happens. Looks very pretty though. By the way, I know that I can kill you if you get in my way. So don't give me reason to do that. Okay, that's another smelter. Let's be symmetrical here. Build another one there. That does not look very symmetrical. Okay, yeah, this way you have some walking space here in the middle. This is gonna receive the iron ore for those two. And yeah, this we can just set up like this. All neat and tidy. Because I do care about building good looking factories. Okay, might as well build those smelters too. And just have them. If I build a wall like this, okay, I still have plenty of room to walk. And yeah, I'm not gonna need this right now. But once I set up another mine over here, then you know I have all of this like up and ready. And you know how it is. Having stuff is better than needing stuff. Alright, this is set up, all nice and symmetrical. And yeah, this is gonna be a walkway. Like in the middle. So I don't have like to climb over all the conveyor belts. Unless I want to. Yeah, let's plop this down over there. Connect this. And this can go to those lovely miners. Again, I have big plans. So I'm gonna need to build a big foundation. Okay. You could supply 2 constructors that make iron rods. So yeah, I'm gonna need a bunch of those. Okay, I'm gonna approach this a little bit differently. This goes out here. Yeah, basically you have like all the conveyor belts like parallel next to each other. And then have like a whole row of all these constructors. And whenever they need stuff, I can just feed them into... Yeah, I can just feed the conveyor belts into them. Okay, so this is the middle. Let's leave some space here. So we can walk. Okay, so let's plug down the first constructor over here. This is also in line with that one. And let's keep building them. All in the row. We're gonna need a bunch of them, so this is fine. Alright. And now we also have some space to walk here. And yeah, now I can just have those conveyor belts feed into those constructors. Yeah, all neat and tidy. But I'm kind of starting to run low on iron plates. I mean, stuff over there is producing. But maybe I should also turn this on already. Alright. Give me the goods. Start drilling. Yeah, let's have one pole over here. And you're gonna receive some energy from like a central one. Yeah, let's have it branch out. It's kind of like branches and leaves on a tree. We have like one central thing, and then it branches out to all the little leaves that produce stuff for me. Yeah, once I have set up all of this stuff, then I will need conveyor belts that bring everything back over here. Or maybe somewhere over here. I think this is where like I could build a central storage. I also need some space for the space elevator. We'll figure this out. Would you look at all the production? So much stuff. So efficient. For the time being, merge those two into that thing. And then bring like all the stuff into the storage container. Because I will definitely need all this building material. So yeah, we should definitely like produce stuff all the time. Also, just for the convenience, let's have some ramps here. Okay, this does 15 iron rods per minute. This needs 10 iron rods. So this is where math gets a little bit complicated. Because if I want something to make screws, I'm gonna need like 2/3 of one of these. Which I can do by just having a splitter. Like somewhere. And then 2 branches off of these will feed into another constructor. While the other one can just merge with all the rest of the iron rod production. So let's take this one. You're gonna feed into that. And then I'm just gonna merge stuff again. Like, yeah. That's 5 iron rods. That's 10. And the other one can just go wherever. So we have 5 iron rods from over here. 50 iron rods. 40 screws and 40 iron plates. I think we should get more iron plates though. We're definitely gonna need a lot of them. Maybe I can have more iron plate production over here. Maybe I should just move some of this stuff over there. You know, I could say that I have like a plan for what I want to do. But that would be a lie. As with most things in my life, I have a basic idea. But not an actual plan. Okay, middle one goes to this one. This will give power to 2 more. And then also extend to that one. And then on the other side I can pretty much do the exact same setup. All symmetrical. Because symmetrical makes me happy. Kinda want to have like base walkie in the middle. And don't have to, you know, climb over conveyor belts too much. But nah, I don't think that will go in this case. It's fine, it's fine. Just means I get a little bit more exercise. So, that's 2 miners set up. 2 miners, each with 2 smelters. And both of them feed into constructors that will do stuff. Okay, what if I do it like this? Okay, this still works. Yeah, I can just perfectly walk under this. Now this stuff is now kind of floating in the air. Ooh, I can also just build like this. Yeah, this way I have a nice little support. Okay. Yeah, that fixes some immersion problems that I have, but wait. Why can't I walk here now? Okay, this is weird. Yeah, this causes some more problems, I guess. Okay, let's scratch that. Let's go back to the original. Okay, I think I figured out how I want to do this. After having to rearrange everything again. I mean, the solution was pretty simple. First of all, yeah, this is much nicer. I mean, later on I can replace this with stairs. But for now, this will do. And yeah, since, you know, 2 smelters can feed like 2 iron plate constructors, we can just have like 4 constructors next to each other. 2 for iron plates, 2 for iron rods. And yeah, this is perfectly symmetrical then. On the other side, I can do the same. I don't know what I'm gonna use these for. I could set them up for iron plates for now. And maybe later on, if I need like other stuff, then, well, I'm just gonna do other stuff. But yeah, this should supply me with a lot of iron plates. And a bunch of screws and iron rods. Yeah, those 2 are also gonna produce iron rods. They're gonna get collected over here. And yeah, all the iron rods get collected on this conveyor belt. Here we are gonna make some screws. And over here we have the iron plates. And that power outage sound just jump scared me. But okay. Now we have a plan. And I think I'm very happy with that setup. And yeah, we can later expand in this direction. For like, you know, everything else that needs to be processed. But for now, I think this is neat and tidy enough. Okay, for now that should accommodate all the stuff that I'm producing. Yeah, metal plates, screws, and iron rods. And then I can just always like walk over here and collect them. This is just temporary. We'll definitely set this up somewhat late. Yeah, I will definitely set this up differently later. But for now, this should do. Also, I have spontaneously decided that I, in fact, do want the other, like, iron production line set up. I mean, it would definitely help to have, like, more iron plates being produced. Since I'm gonna need a lot of them. Since, well, all of this building, well, requires a lot of resources. Okay, this will be a temporary setup. But for now, I just want all, like, the iron plates delivered over there. I also probably want all of this, like, all these conveyor belts a little bit longer. And have, like, the storage over there. But that's gonna require more resources. Also, what is... Okay. Probably some moon or something. Looks very tectonically active. Lots of lava, apparently. Okay. Power to the people. Speaking of, I need to gather some stuff so I can produce more biofuel. There's something glowing over there. Definitely want to check that out. I don't know, that kind of implies that I have the survival instincts of a moth. But I like shiny things. I mean, maybe not a moth. Maybe more like a raven or something. Ooh, speaking of shiny things, definitely want to grab that. Okay, okay. Yeah, lots of nasty things. But I can take you guys. I mean, I backed away. You're the aggressor now. And you fell down. Like an idiot. And now you died like one too. Okay, yeah, that is a yellow slug. A very toxic environment. But I'm gonna grab you anyway. There's not a lot of spaces where you're safe from me. Okay. Someone doesn't like me. Who doesn't like me? Oh, okay, okay. It's you guys. Oh, I remember you. You guys are nasty. Come on, stay still. Damn it. There we go. A stinger.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Initial data suggests these are predators, but notably they do not have a traditional mouth or eyes. There are, however, numerous cavities on their head which could fulfill a similar function. Preserve the remains for later study.
Well, whatever it is dead now. Okay, here's more Caterium ore. Gonna grab it. Since this is definitely something you can research later. And then, you know, use it for stuff. There's some fancy trees up there. Definitely lots of nice looking places. So much space to exploit. It's fantastic. Okay. Got some stuff that I can turn into fuel again. Energy production is always such a bottleneck in this game. But yeah, hopefully this should keep me supplied for a little bit. Gonna have to keep an eye on how much I'm consuming. Because if those things cannot keep up with like the demand, then they're also gonna short circuit. But hey, all of this stuff should now be online. Okay. These guys started producing. Okay, this is already coming. Yeah, this has started now too. Perfect. But yeah. It will take like a minute to like, you know, that everything is running. But now I'm running into the problem that, yeah, what I told you. That I'm not producing enough energy for everything to run at the same time. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I have to look into those biomass burners here. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need like 4 of these to have like everything running. I guess I have to deal with that too then. So yeah, that's definitely something we need to do next time. But I think we should also try to unlock more stuff and maybe also start research. Anyway, that's all gonna be stuff for next session. And yeah, until then, hope you liked the video and bye bye.